Hey everybody, how's it going? Michelle here from Gardening TLC, and we are going to take our first look around the garden today. I am so jealous of people that are in zone 6 and 7. I'm in zone 5, and everything is just now starting to wake up, and we do have some bulbs that are just getting ready to bloom, so not a whole lot going on, but let's take a look at the garden, look at what is waking up, and get a good feel for what survived the winter, and maybe also a mental list of what are the things we need to get done in the garden in the next couple weeks. All right, so let's go take a look. We are going to start right here in the driveway bed, and as you can see, my magnolia is waking up. Now, I hope these flowers don't open anymore today because we do have 30 degrees tonight, and it is the last night that we have a 30-degree temperature in the 10-day forecast. So hopefully these guys will open up and be absolutely gorgeous and hang around for a while. We have daffodils that are getting ready to wake up. Some of them are already open and a lot of them are budded up. These are the cheeriest flowers in the whole entire world. I love daffodils. Plus, the squirrels don't eat them, and they naturalize very nicely. Now, you can see in this bed, I still have to clean up my fruit punch hydrangeas. I don't do anything to the woodula until after it's done blooming because it's blooming on old wood, and if I were to trim it now, I'd trim off all the blossoms. If we get close enough, you can see that it is all budded up, though. So this is late to emerge, and then it'll get its flowers on it more towards the end of May, beginning of June. But we do have some cheery daffodils in here, and we have some hyacinths blooming. So I just have a nice little mix here of pink, purple, and white. Aren't those so cheery? Just a nice thing to see when you pull up into the drive. And you can see our lemony lace elderberry is bursting. It looks so good. Love this shrub. If you recall last year, we did a late prune on the boxwoods. These are the winter gems. As you can see, I like winter gems because look at how nice and green these are. They don't really get bronzing color. They hold their color really well. And because they're protected on this side of the house, they aren't really exposed to a lot of winter winds. So these do really well here. Our oak leaf hydrangea is looking really good. Got lots of buds on this one as well. We won't know if the anemones survive the winter. There's one right there. Probably for a little bit. They don't come up right away. But you can see our grasses are coming up. Some more daffodils down here. And I don't know the names of all the daffodils, but I like this one with the yellow throat and the white petals on the outside. I think it's so pretty. And then behind that waking up, we have one of our incredible hydrangeas. We can see here that our Brunnera survived the winter. We've got one right here and another one right there. Another grass waking up with a patch of tulips. And our other oak leaf hydrangea, yep, just not ready to leaf out yet, but it is got lots of buds on it. And then again with our boxwoods, here's our serrata hydrangea down here. And you can see it's starting to push some new leaves as well. Coral bells are also starting to put on a little bit of growth. I haven't cleaned these up at all. Some years I have more leaves left after winter than others. This year, they pretty much died all the way back. But isn't this cool? Look at the new leaves on this. This is actually a citronella. And these leaves, when they emerge, they're this really pretty color. And then they will go through and turn that beautiful chartreuse color later. And then you can see the leaves that are emerging right here on this one. Oh yeah, these always do so well for me. And then, oh, our Diravella, this was new last year. It survived. Look, it's growing. It's putting on some leaves there. And then here are the other coral bells that we put in last year that were new. So we've got that one there. It survived. This one survived. Yay! I love it when coral bells survive because they don't always. So pretty happy with that. Even though they're little, I'm pretty excited that they came back. And oh, look, I got weeds. I got to get them. There's one dandelion right there. I'm going to get that flower before it can turn into seed. I'm going to get that. Even if I can't get to it right now, at least I'm going to get that flower off of there. All right, let's take a look at the back. I love the look of my red maples when they're just getting ready to put their leaves on and they get these little buds on them. I'm not sure what those are called, but they are so cool looking and they have this beautiful, vibrant red color to them. I have 3 of them. So when you really don't have a lot of color going on in your garden this time of year, these are a nice welcome sight to see. I just love them. They're so gorgeous. Now, the one thing I don't love, though, is how my ground looks underneath them. So we will definitely have to be coming up with a solution for this. These areas are thinning out. I can't get grass to grow underneath them. It's a pretty heavy leaf canopy. So I'm going to have to come up with a solution, which is probably going to be some kind of ground cover. So watch for that. We will be planting this up because I give up on the grass. It just will not take. So I'm going to have to come up with something else. Now, as we swing around to the bed, you can see here, we have another lemony lace elderberry. Isn't it gorgeous? I love the color on this. And then it's going to get a beautiful chartreuse leaf on there as it ages. Because this one's a little bit more in the shade, those chartreuse leaves actually turn to a pretty green, and it makes me think of a Japanese maple, which I have trouble growing. So I love that I can grow this shrub. Further on down the way, and you can see we haven't done any mulching or anything like that, but as we go further down the bed, we've got our viburnums. They all look good. They're all budded up. They've all got flowers on them. So those three will open up and look fabulous. And they put on some size last year, so I was pretty excited about that. The other thing is, here's our astilbe that we transplanted, and they all survived. Yay, I'm so excited. All right, so I'm glad that they lived. This is where we're going to plant all of those surefire rose begonias. Can't wait till we can actually work in the ground. Check it out. This is that little Russian arborvitae that we transplanted last year. It looks fabulous. It made it through the winter and looks, I'm so excited that looks as good as it does. It makes me actually want to get a couple more of those. I really like the layered look of this, the green color, and it looked good all winter too. As we swing around, you can see the little boxwood looks good over there. Here's our first Mr. Bowling Ball arborvitae. This one looks really good. Now, we do have a couple that have some drying on them, and there is some winter damage you can see right here. So I will give this a little bit of a haircut, and I will fertilize them, and they'll probably bounce right back. This one looks pretty good right here. This one also sustained a little bit of, it looks like wind damage. I probably should have got out here and coated them with wilt stop, and I didn't, but it's okay. We'll give them a little haircut and they'll bounce right back. So just those two are the ones that sustain damage. And then I have three that look really good because that one looks really good too. Our Woodgillia also looks really good. It's all budded up. This is the Wine and Roses. Love it. This is our Bobo hydrangea, and it is budded up too, and it's ready to be cut back. I just haven't done it, and I will. It just now got warm. All right, one of the things that I love about alliums, I always talk about them, I plant them in a lot of gardens, and this is why. Look at this foliage. Isn't that so sweet and green and gorgeous? And it comes up so early and it looks so good, and that is why I love it. Here's my next favorite spring foliage, and that is the Nepeta. Doesn't that look great? And what's really cool is this is the Walker's Low, so it grows big enough that when these tulips are done right here, it hides all that foliage. I love that about it as well. And then if I swing down over here, you can see the salvia is also waking up, and this is the May night. Here's some hostas starting to wake up in the hosta bed, and you can see that the bigger hostas are a little further along, but there's other ones that are poking out as well. Look at that. I love it when there's signs of life. So here are my Lenten rose, and this is what happens if you cut your Lenten rose down in the fall. I sent the guys back here and they cut all of my Lenten rose down. So this is as far as the foliage has gotten. I hope I still get flowers on it. So this is just one little patch. They're in a few places. They cut every one of them back. Hopefully they'll rebound. And if I don't get flowers this year, that's okay. It still has great foliage. But look, you guys, my Japanese white pine made it through the winter. It looks so good. I love this little tree. I love this blue element in here. This is a Pinus paraflora glauca, and I just love this thing. And I'm so happy that it made it through the winter. Oh, yay! We are going to come up now the bed, and as you can see here, these are 3 boxwoods that have been here. They're probably in year 4. They look really good, and this is actually on the northeast side, and they get hit by a little bit of wind, and look, they are still green. They look good. They hold their little shape. I've never pruned these. They are still looking like little round balls, and I love that about winter gems. Now, in between this, if you take a look right here, this is why I'm in love with this Jacob's Ladder or Pomonian from Proven Winners. This is called Heaven Scent. But just look at the colors on that thing. And it looks so gorgeous. And it's going to get these blue flowers all over the top of it. And I am definitely getting more of these to put in my garden. I just love this thing. It is so gorgeous. Look at that. All right, up we go. We have to clean up the ladies' mantle. So we'll have to get that done. We still have some more Nepeta here. See, it's starting to emerge. This is actually the cat's pajamas. We have the little wee white hydrangeas right here that haven't been cut back. But look, here is our weeping Norway spruce. Also made it through the winter. Oh, I love it. It looks so gorgeous. Now, we did have a little bit of browning going on with our bird's nest spruce. So this one here looks really good. And that one right there looks really good. But when I come over to this one, I've got a little bit of browning going on right there. And as you can see, I've got a little bit of a bleeding heart right there that I didn't get everything up out of the ground. So I'm going to try and dig that up and move it. But I'm going to fertilize this one, baby it a little bit, and hopefully it's going to bounce back. Because I love those shrubs there. All right, what do we got going on here? Oh, well, I whacked the black lace elderberry down almost to the ground. Well, not to the ground, but I took a lot of it off because it was all the way up there to the top of the roof. So I took a lot of it off. I didn't kill it because it's got leaves all over it, but I just wanted it to be smaller because it really was affecting the growth rate of this oak leaf hydrangea right here, which I might have to cut this back. It's not looking that great. And because this grew over the top of it, it really affected how this one looks. So I think I might cut it back. I might move it so that the elderberry has more room. But I love this oak leaf hydrangea. This is the ruby slippers. And I think if I move it, I can keep it. I just will sacrifice blooms this year. But this is the bed. The first bed that we're going to work on this year will be right here. Let's take a look at the cottage garden. As you can see, our red twig dogwoods are starting to leaf out and get their little buds on there. They look so good. I just enjoyed these so much this year. They look so good all winter. That vibrant red color was absolutely fabulous. I loved it. Now, the one thing that did happen this year, and this is the first time for me that this has happened, is I've got some browning going on with these pencil point junipers. So again, I'm going to fertilize them, hope they come out of it, and that they make it through. This will be the first winter that has happened. So this is, they've been through 3 winters. So I'm not sure if we just had harsh winds this year more so than other years, but hopefully they'll pop right out of that. And then again, look at that beautiful allium foliage. I love that. Here we've got another rose that we're going to have to cut back. But as you can see, we've got a serviceberry back behind that. And look at that serviceberry all budded up and ready to push out some beautiful flowers. And then we've got a hibiscus back there that we've got to cut back. In fact, we have to cut them all back. As you can see here, this is my line of hibiscus. So I've got to get all of these cut back. And I'll do that here probably in the next couple weeks. As we slide down into the cottage garden, I've got some weeding to do in here. We'll get after that fairly early so that it doesn't get away from us. But it looks like our Mops Fall Cypress fared very well. It looks really good. I can see Black-Eyed Susans coming back. I can see Echinacea in here. I can see some weeds in here. Our roses look good. There is growth down at the bottom. If I slide over here, see how slow everything is here? I mean, we've got iris and they're barely up out of the ground. So a little bit of time before everything really wakes up, but it will wake up. We've had some serious wind over the last 2 to 3 weeks to where it has knocked over trees. It knocked over my big pergola in the back. So I've had a little bit of damage that I've had to come out and take care of. But hopefully we'll get working on this in the next couple weeks and everything will really start waking up. It doesn't look like I really lost anything though. Got some more beautiful daffodils over here waking up. I love daffodils. As you can tell, I have them scattered throughout my garden. We've got a beautiful viburnum up here that has beautiful flower buds on it. Isn't that great? That's going to flower out and be fabulous. You can see we've got new foliage on our spireas, that beautiful red foliage. So those also made it through the winter, and I love that they made it through. And then if I come through here, we've got our yarrow growing, all kinds of things peeking out of the ground. We've got some sedum down here. And look, here's our pom-pom juniper. It also made it through the winter. So I'm really excited that everything that was expensive made it through the winter. Our Veronica, they're all coming up. Isn't that great? I'm going to be adding more. And again, our coral bells, not a lot of foliage left on them this winter, but they are all putting on new little growth there. So that's fabulous. All right, my husband brought home this tower for me. It's made out of metal, and then it's got all these butterfly cutouts on it and stuff. So I'm going to find a landscape light to put down inside of that and find a place to put that. I thought that was pretty cool that he got that for me. So there's that side, and then the cutout on this side. Isn't that neat? It'll look even cooler when I put a light in it and I find a home for it. All right, we did get the hydrangeas over here pruned. It's the only thing I got done when I did that video, and I haven't been back out here since. So a lot of cleanup to do, mulching, things like that. The only thing I did do was I went around and I put fertilizer with systemic on my roses. That was it. But it looks like everything over here is popping up. Everything's got buds. This was another new bed that we did last year, and everything looks alive. So that is like a win all the way around. We're going to come out here to this area. This is where our new gardens are going to be. You can see I've already dumped a big pile of compost out there. Here's our peach trees, and I did get out here and get them sprayed. And as you can see, they are all budded up. Now, there's no flowers on them yet, so I think they'll be okay, even though tonight's going to be 30 degrees. I don't think I'm going to have to wrap them. But this is where our new garden bed is going to be. Now, there used to be a garden out here. The gentleman who owned the house before us used to garden out here in the ground, but we're going to do all raised beds. And no, I'm not gardening in the ground. But here's our other peach tree all budded up. All right, let's go take a look at the apple trees. All right, as we come along this way to go over to the apple trees, you can see my arborvitaes have a lot of browning on them. So I'm hoping that these will survive. Again, we're going to fertilize them up, water them, baby them. Hopefully they're going to be just fine. These are those pillar rows of Sharons that I put in. They all are green. They all have buds. So pretty happy with that. I just put those in. And then if you come down here, you can see this is the Firebird crab that I haven't decided if I'm going to keep it yet or not. So it looks good though. I just don't know if I'm going to keep it. And then here is our Vanderwolf pine looking really good. These are all budded up as well. So the apple trees look pretty good. We have that one there, and then I have this one here. I did a lot of pruning on this one this year. It had a little bit of a canker problem, so I had to cut all of that out, but it's recovered very nicely. So our two apple trees are looking good. We also planted 2 crab apples behind our line of arborvitaes last year. This is the one that I didn't know what it was, and it got damaged and fell over in a storm, and I ended up bringing it over here and planting it. So it's looking pretty good. It's got leaves on it. There's a couple branches I'll have to prune out that don't have any leaves, but overall it's looking pretty good. And then if I come down here, this one is a Ruby Days. So this is also an ornamental crab, and this one also, it's got leaves and buds all over it. So that's exciting. This one is looking really good. Now that's a weed. That's a bull thistle. I'll have to get that before it flowers. I don't want more of those. My husband just fertilized the lawn. All right, let's take a look at this guy. This is our Indian Summer. And I love the leaf on this because when it emerges, look at that beautiful color on that leaf. Isn't that great? I just love this tree. It's so pretty. And you can see the windstorm totally ripped up all of the fabric and the cardboard that I had down here. And I was going to pull it up anyways because I need to be able to plant, add compost, put the path in. So it did half the job for me and I don't have to worry about it. So when we get in here to start working on this bed, probably in about 2 to 3 weeks, we'll just pull all the rest of that up anyways. I can't wait to do this bed. It's going to be so awesome. All right, so there you go. There's a look at the gardens. Everything's looking good. Yeah, we're still sleeping here a little bit. So nothing really exciting, except it's exciting to me that everything lived. And it looks like there's a little bit of damage on some things that I can probably prune and fertilize out. So pretty excited about that. Got my obelisk up there on the deck because I'm getting ready to paint it. I know. Oh, I can't wait till I can actually get my hands in the dirt and start planting things. Probably next week I'll start doing some of that. So stay tuned, you guys. We are getting ready to garden. Hey, but at least my grass is green. So that was the winterizer that we put on there last year that helped green it up so fast. And so Glenn just went around and fertilized, and it's going to be growing like a weed now. Oh, love it. All right, you guys, that's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed this little tour that we did around the gardens. I know it wasn't that exciting, but it is exciting to me to see how much survived, what's waking up, the flowers that we do have. I mean, I'm in zone 5, so we're at the beginning. And I feel like sometimes our spring is so short because the weather is so funky. I mean, I've seen us get snow in April before, so who knows? We are just going to trudge forward, and we are going to make sure that when we've got nice days to get out in the garden, we're going to get out in the garden. Tonight is our last cold night. Cross our fingers, knock on wood, hopefully. So hopefully we can get out here and get some planting done, get some cleanup done, and just really start working in the garden. Yeah, I'm going to fit that in between everything that we got going on at the garden center, which we've got a lot going on over there. I'm pretty excited about our season this year. All right, don't forget though, Garden Gab is this Saturday. Garden Gab is where we answer questions from the previous videos. And if you haven't sent your April picture in yet, and that's what we're looking for, a picture in your garden in the month of April, we will share those during Garden Gab. Your deadline to get those in is today. Or, well, yeah, I guess maybe by tomorrow. I'll probably work on that video on Thursday. So if you don't have them in by Wednesday, I'll just push them into the next one. Send your pictures in a landscape format. You want to send them to the email address right here. Tell me who you are, where you live, what we're looking at, and what zone you live in. I want one picture that we can share and inspire everyone out there. I am looking for some really great ideas from you guys this year. Last year I got quite a few and it was pretty awesome. All right, so that is all I've got for today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time and you like our videos, subscribe. It just helps support the channel so that we can continue to put out great content. All right, I'm Michelle. We'll catch you later. Bye, everyone.